Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Danes and Dice. I'm Toby, your Dungeon Master, and today is episode number 13. Oh, no. I'm not alone, as you can hear. I'm joined by these guys. And Dominic is not here today, as you can see, but I will be portraying Mr. Dominic for this session.
Wouldn't it be?
That's just how things are gonna be.
Yes.
Mr. Grimdale is who I'm gonna be portraying. Also, since Marcus could not be here today. So, without further ado, let's do a quick round of introduction, starting with Emil.
I am Emil, and I will be playing Gong, the Bard, the level 3 Bard, who's a half-orc and is the brother of Dominic Grimdale, who might soon be dead, apparently. What? Since he's not here.
I think he's gone.
I think he's gonna die.
He's gone.
Yeah. Rest in
Gone
peace.
with the wind.
And my name is Julian, and I am playing the Tiefling Wizard Barzoon. And hopefully we'll find out more about what's happened in Grimoire. He can't wait.
What was the thing we were making jokes about in the beginning? Hopefully soon he will know where he's from. That was way back in session 2.
We don't care about that anymore.
We've all lost relatives.
Ain't nobody got down.
Next up is...
That is I.
My name is Frederick.
I will be playing...
With this voice.
Yes, with this voice, I will be playing Kevin Riddlewood. And apparently he has a Yes.
Dalek?
Yes, Kevin Riddlewood has been gone to a German school.
I'm so happy that Kevin did not make the ship for...
He's a
for
dwarven monk level 3.
Okay.
And he's a little bit sleepy, I think.
And he's about to die, I think, too.
No, but he's very concerned of his little brother.
Your Faja.
Peanuts for walking down the Straße.
Your name is no longer Kevin, your name is Kevin.
Yes.
It's 2 whole T's for me.
Marcus is not here, but he usually would be playing Dominic, the half-orc brother of Mr. Gong.
Gong. Sorry.
And he is a half-orc fighter.
And my name is Mikkel. I'll be playing the satyr. His name is Seek, and I am a sorcerer.
Woo!
A sorcerer?
You're a wizard, Harry.
A lot of things happened in the last session, and to tell you just a little bit about what that was, we have Julian here, who would love to do that.
Yes.
he will.
Yes. Well, we started off following Dom as he was working in the docks, making some money. He noticed a dock worker called Uruka, and Gong was in the tavern having the best concert of his career so far, and he met Bash, the innkeeper, at the docks. Then I was at the library with Kevet and Zeke, and we met a young man called Haura. I think his name is Haura. It sounded like Howard, but it was Haura. And he was eavesdropping on our conversation about the families and the Denehirs and everything, and he kind of let us know that things weren't as they used to be in the city of Grimoire. He told us a little bit about some half-orcs that had been jailed because the city had become more filled with crime, and it had become a worse place to be. And that was very interesting. And then we heard about a detective called Leighton Prowl.
Yes.
We were very interested in talking with him, so we set up a meeting, which hopefully in this session maybe we can get to meet him. And of course also we can't forget that we met the mage Neilrim, which we told about everything, about the missing children, about everything, and he seemed to be very interested in what we had to tell him, and he was going to talk with his associates and hopefully come back with some more info about the things that give us some more clues about what we might do next in trying to find the young children and discover who is behind all of this abductions. And then I think we went to sleep at the end.
Then you went to sleep after having told each other everything you had done on set.
It was a lovely time. The lovely
And
time.
Neilrim asked me about puzzles, which is very interesting. Who knows? Maybe he will get some more
like
into.
the puzzle
I
master.
look like a
of them all.
tiefling puzzle master.
Father.
And that, everyone, is what happened in the previous session. If you haven't watched the other ones yet, make sure to hop over to YouTube and do that. And with that said, let's play some D&D. It's early morning.
We can hear.
The thunder is above you in the skies and the clouds.
raining?
And once again, Cremor starts out its day with a heavy, heavy curtain of rain. Which, surprisingly enough, I don't know if any of you really appreciate rain on a daily basis, especially not having to wander around in it. But whichever smell you've had in the previous days of sewage, of different things that ain't exactly the most pleasant morning smell, is now not to be found anywhere. You did manage to shift rooms, which gave you a spot above the tavern, which for the most part made things better. I'm just going to move a little bit. But still, with the nice smell of the kitchen, there's always been a little spice of sewage, which today
Just a
ain't
teeny
teeny tiny squint of sewage, which today
Like
is
an
nowhere to be found in your noses. So you all wake up fresh and feeling good after yet a night in bed.
I look out the window.
There's no window in your room.
Oh,
What?
I look into the walls.
room.
But it's above the kitchen. I look down the kitchen window I have.
Everyone make a Constitution saving throw. You all die.
Oh, no. That's a 10.
That's a 16.
False 20.
12.
Gonk wakes up first. He had higher constitution today, so he was the one who needed the least sleep. And you wake up to not only the smell of warm food on the stove, but also to the sound of a tavern that has once again come to life after what was a somewhat quiet day yesterday. At least you can hear that downstairs.
Well, I think I will get up and go down to the bar.
You wake up, you see everyone else is still asleep in their respective beds. Gather your things and head on downstairs.
Yeah.
As
And then
you-
I head to the bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as you come downstairs, you see kind of crossing your path as you make your way downstairs. You see Athel, or Kendrick as you know him, kind of walking down with 2 plates of food, looking up to you. Oh, good morning, Mr. Gonk, was it?
Yeah, Gonk. That's me.
How is the new room?
Well, it's okay, but it doesn't have any windows.
Well, no, I know it does have a better, kind of leans over, it does have a better smell though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Would you rather be in the...
Don't you have something that's
You know what, like, just
with windows and no smell?
give me 2 seconds, Mr. Gong, and he just kind of goes over to a table, puts down the plates, and tells the people at the table, enjoy your food, and comes back up to you. Sorry, say again?
Yeah, I was wondering if you have something with a window and no smell.
Well, we do. So you see, the thing is, the windows here in the tavern all facing the street side, and that is essentially where the smell comes from. So we can't really.
But you just said you do have
The
with
only
windows and no smell.
the only rooms we have with windows facing towards the backyard is, I'm afraid they wouldn't fit all of you.
Well, how much would it take? How many people does it fit?
Well, we have 1 bedroom, rooms facing the backyard, and I suppose, yeah, we do have a 2-bedroom as well, but that would be it. So I suppose technically 2, maybe 3 people if they were smaller.
Well, I have a proposition for you.
By all means.
If you remember that the day with the explosion, we were just talking about
A lot of new people here in the tavern today, and I was thinking maybe
the day with the incident.
2 days ago.
Yeah, but yes, I remember we were talking about me playing some gigs here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would very much enjoy having me playing here. And I'm thinking, if I do play here, maybe I could get one of those rooms.
But you already have a room.
Yes, but I would like the one with the window and no smell.
Give me a moment, and he kind of walks behind the bar, looking at the again the big book that he has, where he has everything written down.
Book of Secrets.
The ledger.
Well, you were set to play yesterday, which obviously.
Yeah, so you already owe me one, I guess.
How about if we do this? How about if you play here tonight? Are you available tonight?
Am I? Yeah.
Okay, you play here tonight around. Would you rather? I mean, I've never heard you play before. Would you rather be playing during, the dinner hours, or afterwards, later in the evening?
I think afterwards.
Okay, so if you play here tonight after dinner time, I suppose you could get a room, but that would come out of your pay.
Well, how much is it?
Well,
how much do you pay for
I suppose if you were to get the room and you were to play, we would still be able to pay you, depending on, of course, the amount of people that are here and the amount of beverages sold and whatnot. You would probably look somewhere around 2 gold.
4.
Make a persuasion check.
Well, that's that was annoying. It was like 20, 14, but it's 18.
How about if we say 3, and then you can also get food on the house after you're done playing?
Well, actually, on the day of the incident,
2 days ago.
2 days ago, I ordered a fish. I never got that one. So I guess you already.
Kendrick really wants to like you, but he's having a really hard time liking you. You know, I made this character to be a nice guy, Mikkel. You're losing the nice people in town.
Need to roll to see what happens.
That's why he got a manager.
I suppose you're right about that, but if I recall correctly, you never paid for it either.
Well, usually you pay after the dinner, and I never got the dinner.
Didn't get. So
And I'm still waiting.
So do you want the food?
Oh yes, very much.
Okay, well
I'm quite
that's
hungry.
gonna be 5 silver.
But you see, I've waited for 2 days for that fish.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, we're gonna get kicked out now.
Or he is.
Oh, well, yeah.
Intimidation. That's 19.
Kendrick's getting scared.
I'm sorry, big half orc.
Well, give me a moment. And he kind of walks back out, to
the guards.
The swing door to the kitchen. Hey, guards, are you still here? Opens the door to the kitchen. Looks down, and you can see him having a conversation with someone out back. And he comes out again. I'm sorry, we don't have any fish here this morning, but can I give you something of equal value?
Well, in that case, I think
We are limited.
if you pay me 4 gold for playing here tonight, and I can sleep in that better room, I'll just have some porridge.
You are a tough man to bargain with, Mr. Gonk.
Well,
I suppose
I am.
That's the deal then.
Gronk. Great.
Looking forward to hearing you play.
Well, I'm looking forward to playing for you.
And you see
You
him
won't
just kind of
regret it.
writing it down. He's not exactly looking happy. He's just writing down. Tonight, after dinner time,
After dinner time.
and you will have the room then as well. Or would you rather? Wait, no, actually, he looks. There is someone in the room now, but I will have it cleaned for you for after your concert.
Well, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, no, then just the porridge.
I will see to it. Take a seat, and I'll come to you with the food.
Thank you.
He walks out into the kitchen. And as he does so, I believe Zeke rolled the next highest. You wake up and you experience the lovely smell of food alongside the sound of people in the tavern.
Perfect. I think I instinctually look around to see if everyone is there. And
Gong is not there.
Gong is not there.
You panic.
I panic. Gong is
Fireball!
not there.
Ah!
I think I'm actually gonna wake up the rest to see that, if they want to go grab some breakfast.
Everybody wakes up.
Morning.
Morning, Zeke.
How do you sleep?
Better?
Yeah, fine.
Is it raining again?
Always, apparently, in the city.
That's the worst thing about the city.
Yeah. Did you get a new raincoat?
No.
Maybe we should
Well,
go grab
actually, I
I
got.
suppose you can borrow Dom's.
No, I actually think I got someone's. I can't remember who.
I think you got mine. I think
Yeah.
I just walked in the rain enjoying it.
That would make
Yeah, I
sense.
got Seek, but it's all furry and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, this, yeah,
There's a lot of hair in it, isn't it?
yeah.
Sure.
You
wanna
shed
go
a
there?
lot.
I do.
Yeah.
That's why we don't want to share a bed with me. I
Yeah.
get that.
Maybe we should just go over to his bed and just,
Like
get
clean
all the
it when
clean
they're
a
like
bit
cat.
just off with all the. hairs.
As you wake up, Dom kind of wakes up as well.
Morning, dog.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, it smells good. Should we go down and get some food?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. Let's go get it.
And starts taking on his clothes, I suppose. I mean, I don't know how much you
I don't. I just walk down.
You are a monk after all, who apparently doesn't wear clothes.
Put on my trousers.
Dom just kind of, while half getting his boots on, starts walking out the door downstairs. And
I follow him.
you all follow. You all
Yeah.
make your way downstairs to the tavern.
Yes.
And out downstairs, met by Gong, who is sitting and has just been given his porridge. And you kind of catch out of the eye Kendrick walking back towards the bar. Oh, good morning, everyone.
Morning, Kendrick.
How are you feeling after the ringing and everything?
Yeah. He kind of directs you to say, a lot of new guests here today.
Perfect.
And I was thinking maybe we just
Sure.
water under the bridge.
course.
No harm was done.
Have they found out anything?
But let's talk about that
Big mystery.
at another time.
It really is.
I'm glad to see all of you. Apparently all right. And the guests that were here have been taken to the infirmary, and they should be all right as well.
I'm glad to hear that.
So,
Yes,
Glad
of
to
course.
hear that, yeah.
So, okay, well, what can I do for you today?
Just a bit of breakfast, please.
Yes.
Yeah. Some porridge,
Porridge?
maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Porridge? Porridge?
A pint for me.
Oh, sure. If you,
That's
That's-
yeah. Take
Are
a
you
seat.
okay,
Your
Kevin?
friend Gong is sitting. Kind
I'm
of
all
points back. Gong is down here. Suppose you can. Do whatever you want.
I wave at them.
morning, Gong.
Is everything all right with you?
Yeah, it's just, I haven't had a drink for days.
Oh well, by all means, there's no. I suppose. Nothing weird in Cremor about having a beer in the morning. So by all
Morning
means,
beer?
take a seat, and I will get to you with your food and beverage as fast as I can.
Thanks.
And he walks up
you.
behind the bar, and
That's quite early to start drinking, isn't it?
It's just, I just want things to go back to normal.
That makes sense.
I don't drink in the morning, but
Well, apparently you do.
I just miss this, the taste of beer.
All right, that's fair.
It's perfect. Just check it out. Of course.
Yeah, let us know if there's anything you need to talk about, right? Don't hold it in
No. I won't.
last year.
Sharing is caring.
I'm all right, guys.
Good.
It's just we're just very far from home, aren't we?
There we go.
Well, we've got some new leads.
Yeah.
And I've got some great news. Guys, I'm gonna be
Hi,
playing.
Seek.
Hi.
I'm Seek. I don't know.
Oh,
What?
I
Are
said
you,
my name when I meant you. Hi, Seek. That's weird. Hi.
did you get a beer as well while we were?
I think I'm just like.
Are you sure you slept enough?
The fumes of that beer
Yeah.
just come over to you.
Well,
think
guys,
it's
I
being
have
poured right now.
guys.
Yes, what's happening?
I have great news.
Amazing.
I'm gonna be playing here tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's amazing.
And I've got the best room.
oh, you got us a new room.
No, I got myself a new room. I got the best room.
What?
For me.
You got the best. Okay.
Like the best room in the inn,
Yeah.
just for yourself.
That's nice.
Well, then you can have some more space and,
Oh, okay. One is drinking and one is leaving us. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Everything
I'm
is
not
going good.
leaving anyone.
Sure,
I
sure.
just, I
You need your
prefer
own room,
good
that's-
night. Yeah.
That's fine.
I need all
But as
space.
your manager, I must tell you, there is a fee for having me as your manager.
Oh, a commission.
Yeah.
Of course. But well, I got
Has he
this
found
job.
out what a manager is yet?
Yes. Okay. I manage him.
And you're a great manager. But I have to say, in this case, I actually booked this gig myself.
Yeah, I know you did. But there's like the contract of like verbally,
So, guys, what are our leads? What are our leads on Grom?
our leads.
Oh, Grom, yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
As you're talking, Mr. Aftel's come back to the table and serves you your food, serves you the beer as well. Here you go.
Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I think I just start chucking.
We heard about this weird Scottish person in the street delivering something over here the other day. What was that about?
What's Scottish?
What Scottish person?
What is that? What is Scottish?
I think he maybe came with a message that was to be given, to somewhere.
You
I
were
heard.
very loud about it in the street. That's why I'm asking.
I can't recall having met any loud people in the street with messages.
That's fun.
Are you sure he came here?
I think so. He came out of the bar when we turned the corner.
The last couple of days have been awfully weird, and I'm sure that we were having a pretty good night until everything happened, and but
Oh yes,
no,
but we don't talk about that.
but
Well,
So you haven't sent anyone.
I can't recall having had to. No.
You haven't sent anyone away with a message anywhere, or been ordered to, or not ordered.
Ordered to?
Not ordered. That was the wrong word.
Asked.
Sorry. Asked to.
No, not that I can recall.
Okay.
Okay. That's perfect. Well, I don't think there's anything else. I think we're just trying to find leads still on
Yeah.
his brother, but still, thank you so much for letting us be here. And
Yes.
it's such a great
Of
thing to have a
course,
base.
of course. And if
Such a
there's
great
anything
base.
else you need, by all means.
And
course.
right back at you. If there's
I'm just
anything
glad to see. Oh, by the way, can I have my key back?
Yeah, sure. Of course. I think I gave it since you opened.
Oh, he has an extra. He would have opened with
Okay,
his.
here you go. Of course. Thank you so much, and thank you for trusting us with it.
Thanks.
I couldn't open it all day.
No tomorrow.
Our pleasure. Being so nice to us, that's the least we can do.
Of course, I will get back to my duties. And he kind of just backs up, turns around, and goes up to the dock.
Kevin? No, what's the name?
I'm saying
Yes.
Kendrick.
Hey, Rob. Kendrick.
Yes. You hear from the street.
Well,
What?
job's done. Hey, oi, Kendrick.
Just in
The
time for the
porch.
gate.
It's great. Well, it's really good.
Do I have inspiration? Roll a deception check? Or no? Thank you, much appreciated. Just keeps on walking.
He's a good guy.
Aftels will remember that.
Yes, noted in the corner.
Guys, we should kind of figure out what we're doing today.
Yes.
Well, I'm playing the gig tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
we know
But until then,
what you're
should
doing
we do?
tonight.
We have to follow some leads. We talked to the mage, Neil Rem, yesterday,
Yes.
and he will contact us
Whenever he has
whenever.
something.
Yes.
We made an appointment
find-
with a detective in town.
Light and prowl. Yeah.
Yes, because we were told that he had been investigating.
But that
The
was
city.
something about actually the half-orcs and the small people. They're in some kind of clash.
Yeah, we were told that Cremor wasn't always this crime-filled. I guess I'm lowering my voice.
Just
always.
So we're gonna talk.
I think we're talking about this.
I know you are.
And a lot of half-orcs have been jailed apparently for the rising of crime in the city.
Just randomly have folks, not just.
Well, the person we
no,
talked to
just
wasn't. It seemed like
This Light and Prowl has some sort of list with a lot of half-orcs being jailed. That's we talked to this guy, and it's right now that's our best lead, I think. But maybe
I tried to look around, see if anyone's eavesdropping on our conversation.
Hello, Howard. Perception check.
1 second. Bigger.
yes, Gong.
Perception
I was special.
is 13.
As you kind of sit up and look around, you see someone just kind of quickly turn back to his table, right behind you.
I think someone is listening in.
Who?
Right behind.
Point him out. Let's murder him.
I try to
Right behind
look
me.
around you. What do I see?
You see a group of people sitting at the table next to you.
What kind of people? Do they look
They
strong?
don't look.
they look like
NPC
half-
looking people.
They don't look like a threat to you.
It could be. What about maybe we should just go to the garrison
I was-
right away?
Or you could
Yeah.
go talk about this in your room, where it's private.
Who said that?
That's
Wow, that's a
behind
new
one
noise. A new voice down.
Yeah, I think either we should go.
being
Let's
Either we
just
should
have
go.
a breakfast, eat the breakfast, and then
And go
have a nice
upstairs?
walk.
Yeah, I've already.
Oh, have a
finished
walk?
my
Okay.
drink, I think.
Oh, okay, sure. You just got that.
Yeah.
All right, let's eat and
Let's
then
eat and then let's,
take a walk and
yeah.
figure out what we're gonna do.
This lovely
I
weather.
might wanted to stop by and get some cheese.
For what reason?
Just some cheese, just to check if there's any nice places to get some cheese.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Eating.
I have
eating,
nothing
eating.
against that. I start eating my breakfast.
Throw it at people.
Like a monkey man.
No, I also just eat. I didn't do that.
So I take out my symbols and go.
At least, on the other hand, I eat with
should
them.
we
What you didn't know is you were eating with the spoon of disaster.
I create a black hole every time I go down there.
Can we bring that somewhere?
Yeah.
Let's head to the room and just discuss what we're going to do.
Good.
Yeah, let's do that.
We go to the room.
And
You make your way upstairs. Yeah.
while we do that, I'm just going to check if someone's like eyeing us on the way up.
Make a
Trying to call.
perception check.
Nope. That's a 2 plus something.
You would not notice anyone looking particularly at your doings.
Perfect.
At your dunes.
That's a 2. Yes. Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
so we were planning to meet with this Prowl.
Lights and Prowl.
Yeah, Lights and Prowl, just to
Or at
see
least
if,
talk to Melvin if he can get us an appointment, right?
But didn't we?
I think we
Did we make an appointment?
I think we got Melvin. We had to speak to Melvin to make an appointment
Oh,
for us. Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
So we have to speak to him.
okay.
Yeah.
I was maybe thinking about doing something, some extra work. We've been here 3-4 days now.
Mhm.
Isn't that correct? And we had 10 days until we have to deliver some kind of cargo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have the mage working for us.
Mhm.
We have the detective we have to check up on.
There is also the option of doing work in the docks. I don't know if we got anything from that, or
I think
I asked Dom. Did you learn anything from it?
No, I did talk to one of the half-orcs there, and he told me the bargemen were having some issues with prams getting stuck. I don't think that's gonna really help us in the search for Grom, but I suppose if we need to be on the good side with the bargemen, then that's a way to do it.
Okay.
I think that's the crazy part. You know, we have leads, but more and more things are pointing away from this green light, from the Dennehirs.
I think the best lead we have right now is trying to get the detective,
Mhm.
and also just waiting for the mage to.
We also have the possibility of doing more work for the halflings. You know,
Yes.
Tace and
I was thinking the
whoever
same thing.
gang he's
get
working for.
Go get some cheese. You know what I mean?
Wait, no, what I
Cheddar
mean.
cheese. So that's what you meant.
That's what I meant. We have to.
But we can only contact him in the night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why after the show I was thinking maybe we could go there. Just to check out, and just during the day check if someone got the message that apparently wasn't
I
delivered.
don't think. I don't think.
But maybe he was just.
What did you ask him to send a message to Malvin
Yes. To
about
Malcolm.
everything
Yes. To tell
that
him
happened
yeah.
in the cellar?
Yes. And that's why I wanted to stop by there just to check out if something has happened, or unless we could go and then ourselves. bring
Stop
it
by the
in.
cellar.
Yes.
Okay.
Stop by the cellar to see if everything is okay. If there's
Makes
just
sense.
ask around. You know?
Understand. I don't have
Okay,
a
so
problem
the-
with that.
But what if we could actually tell this Mr. Prowl if we get to talk to him?
Yeah,
that
because
we
he seemed
actually-
like a busy man.
Yeah, but what if we actually could help him? If Dom and
Yes.
Gong, if you can actually help Prowl by delivering some sort of information to him, then maybe he can help us.
I mean, it might be possible for maybe he needs someone, you know, undercover in his investigation if
Makes sense.
half orcs are involved in some sort of conspiracy in this
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's been some while since I've flourished my acting skills.
That's right. Yes, the show back in Little Oak,
Yeah.
in the
Played
ruins.
King, right?
You
Just
played in the
like-
ruins. That was so. That was such a good.
Yeah.
You don't need the masks for this, though.
No.
You sure?
Yes. Your face is fine enough.
Did you bring them?
Oh, I forgot.
We have to go back.
I'll go back.
That was
I'm
such
so
a.
bad,
So
But I can make some new ones.
Dom, are you going back to the harbour today to do more work, or what are you doing?
No, I suppose I'll join you in
Yeah,
whatever
you made
we do.
quite a lot of gold,
Yeah, you did.
so
It was decent. I
you can.
suppose.
You don't have to go straight away,
No,
probably.
just asking if there's. Do you have anything else you want to do during the day?
Well, I need to prepare for my gig.
Sure. Do you just want to stay in the room and practice then?
Well, I guess I can't if I should go to this Leiden Prow.
Leighton Prowl, yeah.
Leiden
Are
Prow.
we all going there?
Well, nobody's forcing you.
No.
Well, I mean, your brother is missing.
Oh, you remember now, do you?
Of course.
Do you know what? Do you remember what his name is?
Acting. That's why I love being your manager.
Yes. I make jokes. I'm a funny one. Yeah.
All right. So what if we go to Lights and Prowl first, and then after that we can actually, team up, and maybe
Yeah.
you can go to Hugo with your brother, and
You can audition at the theater, at the local theater, probably
Yeah.
in
What
Cremona.
is-
we should all do that.
Kevin, what is it that you want us to do again?
It's just this Lights and Prowl. He was actually investigating both the half-orcs and the halflings. So if we actually can give him new information that he can't get himself, then we could help him, and then maybe he'll help us. I don't know. It's just time is running,
It is.
and right
And
now we
we-
know nothing.
Well,
but
maybe
we have
those-
a lot of leads. We've got Mage doing the stuff. We got
Hopefully Neilram can figure
Yeah.
out something that we didn't know from his sources.
And
Sure.
until then, all we can do is just wait and gather more information, and that's what we're doing. We're going straight to the police, the Helm station. Garrison. Thank you so much.
And also,
Quest.
what
Soldiers,
if, where are we going?
There.
What if those halflings that we met in the alley, that they are actually those halflings that Leiden Prow?
I'm pretty sure they are.
That's why you solved it. Good job, you.
Let's go home.
Yeah. Job done.
Oh, there's the green
Okay.
light. Well, no, what did you mean?
Well, nothing. I just thought I solved it. I did. I'm so smart.
Let's go to the garrison first, and then we can stop by to get some cheese. Isn't that the only way? I think so.
Yeah.
Wait,
Let's go.
what if Grom is actually missing?
Do you know that he hasn't turned up at home?
Let's go home and see.
Once every 5 days, we send one home to go check if he's coming
You know,
home.
we can grab a child on the way back. In Chicago.
No, that's a city in Illinois.
What?
Chicago?
Chicago.
Oh,
Then Chicago.
Chicago.
Where's
And all
Chicago?
that green light.
Well, if we were to go to the cheese place, it is kind of the opposite direction of the Thale Dawn, but I suppose we could still easily do both.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, just we'd have to be sneaky about it though. We can't just go into the back alley and look straight into the cellar. I mean,
Yeah.
And also, I'm not so sure.
maybe you can. You're not sure?
I'm not so sure that, halflings, half-orcs, disputing me being a half-orc. I'm not sure I want to go to the halflings.
To the cheese shop.
Well, I mean, we were there,
They weren't.
The other day.
They weren't.
and they did
Hostile
talk to
towards
us
you
about
when we- No, but what
making
if
money
they-
and all that.
Yeah, but what if they do next time? If there's this dispute between half-orcs and halflings, I'm not going anywhere near those guys.
What do you
Maybe
think you could do instead then?
The halflings want to have us on their side.
You think so?
I'm just
Is this the dungeon master speaking?
no.
Wink, wink.
I mean, they must have talked to us for some reason, since they knew we were half orcs.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Something's not right. I
How
think.
did they know?
How could they know?
Let's go to the Phaeton first, and
Yes.
then we'll see if Melvin is in, and after that, maybe he can actually tell us where Lython is right now.
Okay.
Then let's go to him, and if we want to check up on the cheese.
Sounds like a good idea.
Right.
Let's go, gang!
You make your way. You have got the map, but even without the map, you now know your way to
Yeah,
the Pale
exactly.
Dawn.
I've been there.
I was just trying to find the list of the things that we knew. But
Yes.
I can't remember where it is.
I put it in the Discord.
Isn't it
pretty
number
convinced.
one?
I'm in here.
I think it is.
That's why I'm in there.
Down here somewhere.
I'm pretty convinced I put it to you on the
I think so.
Number
on the Discord.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Did you do it? Yes, you did.
You make your way out into the street. Plenty of peoples everywhere. At this point, you've experienced the busy streets quite a few times already. And, you make your way past or through the wagon run up towards the high right, down past the map shop, and down to
We have another.
down to the Theodore.
Yeah. Do I recognize the guards?
No.
Well, let's go into the garrison.
You make your way through the big gate. The guards, once again, 2 guards, 1 on each side, posted out front. And yeah, you make your way on in, and right around the corner is the entrance to what you now know to be the Helm's office, where I assume you head towards.
Walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make your way in. You see once again, there's not really a receptionist, but just a person kind of behind a desk going, "Oh, it's you lot again." Melvin is in his office. He is in a meeting right now, though.
Oh.
So maybe if you want to wait out here.
Do you know when it's gonna end that meeting?
Kind of scrolls through some papers.
Oh, they have Facebook.
I suppose it won't be too long.
Oh, great.
They have been in there for quite a while now.
We'll just wait. I'm gonna say on behalf of the group.
As you make your way
Looking down
in,
there.
he kind of looks at all of you. He's not the tallest person in the world. This guy kind of
Is he a
looking,
halfling?
trying to look over kind of your shoulders and go, "Would you? I know it is raining outside, and all. Would you mind waiting outside? Just there's quite a few people coming through here, and if you're taking up the entire, it's not exactly a big space. If you don't mind."
Of course, that's fine.
Sure.
We can go to the library and see if Harvey has found out anything.
But we didn't tell him to. We didn't tell him to look for
That's
anything.
true. That's true. Before we go out,
Mm-hmm.
do you know, by any chance, because you know Lights and Prowl is the one we actually wanted to talk to. Do you know?
Oh, he's the one who's having the meeting with Mr. Malcolm.
Great.
So I suppose if you're looking to see him, then it's, I mean,
Yeah.
he should be here. And I know he's a busy man and all, but yeah, you should be able to talk to him in just a few moments.
Thank you.
So maybe we should just wait.
We'll just wait here.
We'll wait here, yeah.
You hop on outside in the rain, try to kind of find a place where you can stand where you're not getting completely soaked, and it doesn't take more than 5-10 minutes before he opened the same guard opens the door from the inside, going, "They're done with the meeting now, you can come on in."
Thank you so much.
I hear them. Just gonna,
Yeah.
Prestidigitate.
As you come in, you see
you.
Melvin standing in the door, kind of opening it for another person. "Thank you so much, Mr. Leyland. I will. Oh, hello, guys. What can I do for you?"
Well, we were told to actually talk to you about meeting Mr. Prowl.
And as you point towards his office, you see
He's
this halfling come walking around the side. "Oh, yes, I'm so sorry, Mr. Leiden Prowl. These are the young men who I have explained what's been going on with to you about."
Yeah.
And you're met by this halfling who is wearing it's by no means fancy clothing, but prettier clothing than just regular commoners' clothing. He has what looks like a small star, kind of, what do you call it? Not embroidered, but broderet. What do you?
Embroidered?
I don't know.
Embroidered.
Either way, attached to his chest in the shape. It's kind of like the same emblem you've seen on the Cremor Guards.
Okay.
It just seems like it has more of a star shape behind it.
Okay.
Comes up, he has a hat on,
He's a sheriff.
Comes up to you. Oh, hello. I've just heard about you all. Anything new?
Well,
We were very interested in talking to you because
Melvin, can we use your office? And he just kind of, yeah, of course, Mr. Leiden, Prowl. He just kind of backs off and lets you all in, and closes the door behind him from the outside.
thank you.
Say again.
so we heard that you're the main detective in this city, and you've been investigating the rise of crimes that has been happening in Cremor for, I guess, some time. And
We thought we could maybe help you.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, we've actually been in contact with both halflings and half-orcs.
Doing what?
Well, mainly investigating. Well, this green light, I don't know if Melvin has told you
Mr.
anything.
Melvin has shown me his reports.
And well, you know, we've just been gathering leads, and some of them led to Hugo Reft, and 4 halflings contacted us some days ago.
And who were these halflings?
One of them was named Taze.
Okay.
Yeah. They asked us to do some work for them. We don't know anything else, but these 2, I point to Dom and Gonk, have also been working at the docks.
For the half-orcs.
Well,
Yes.
half orcs, yeah.
Yeah. The dock hands.
Oh, just the duck hands.
Yeah, just the dock hands.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he did
Okay.
apparently
I did a
concert.
great concert
Yeah, you did.
last night at Valerie's.
And how is this helpful to me exactly?
Well, we were actually just wondering if there is any information that we might be able to give you, or vice versa.
That's what I was asking. Have you found out anything new?
well, is it true that that there are a lot of half-orcs involved in these crimes? That's what we've heard.
Where have you heard of this?
Well, I don't remember the exact person who told me, but around town, it just seemed that because we're not from Cremor.
Kind of looks at you weirdly for a second. It is true that crime has been going up in the city over the last couple of weeks, and I have yet to find out exactly the reason behind this, but I am keen on doing so, whether it be on my own or with other people involved. I am still not exactly sure how crime and what Mr. Melvin has told me about goes hand in hand. But if there's anything you can share with me that I wouldn't already know, or that wouldn't already be in Melvin's report, by all means let me know.
No, it's more of if we could give you some information on the half-orcs. You know, we have 2 half-orcs.
That is what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
We're asking if you need someone to go undercover.
Oh, you want to try and give me information over time, not
Yes.
something you have now.
No,
No.
it's just
Really
maybe
wanna
that
help-
you could
help you
us as well.
in your investigation.
Yeah. Dom, did you hear anything on the docks last night? Yesterday?
Can I ask you a
No,
quick?
nothing in particular. I mean, there were bargemen talking about the prams that we've already discussed.
Yeah, the prams
The
that
prams.
got stuck for some reason.
Yeah, I've heard about the prams. I don't suspect that has anything to do with the situation you find yourself in, nor the crime in the city.
Can I ask a very direct question?
By all means.
These people, the half-orcs and the halflings, are they in some sort of gang war between, like, against each other? Is it this kind of thing? Is it a standoff between those 2 rivaling gangs that has made crime, like, turn up in the city more?
Make a persuasion check.
That's cocked. Damn it. That's a 5 plus something. Persuasion, that's 10. Got plus 5.
All I can tell you is that Cremor, for a very long time, has been a city of peace, prosperity for traders, a city where traders has always known that their cargo would be safe. Their cargo, when delivered to the Cremor, people would be delivered from where they put it to where they wanted it to go, and that no matter where you found yourself inside the city walls, you would have nothing to fear. And those things, while not all that bad yet, have turned to be untrue as of late. Whether it be rivaling gangs or what it might be, it is true what you're saying, that there are certain districts of the city that seem to be under certain supervision by different groups of people in the area. How things are right now, I can't tell you, and even if I knew, I probably wouldn't share the information with you, as it is very classified. But yes, what you have found out so far has proven it to be true. I'm still working on finding out the reason behind all this, and I was hoping that perhaps you could share with me some information, but it doesn't seem like you have any more to add than what's already been added to the reports.
Well, that depends. Have you by any chance heard of the thing that we've heard some rumors about something happening in a cheese store? Have you heard anything about that?
The plot thickens with melted cheese.
Coagulates.
What happened at the cheese store?
Well, we were asked by these halflings to do a job for. And by the time we didn't know anything. And we were wondering if you, by any chance, wanted us to take this job and find out more about these halflings, which might be one of the groups.
Were these halflings you talked to?
Okay.
Was there anything special about them? Were they just ordinary halflings? Were they...
They seem to like lurk in the shadows, and I think I
That is
remember
not too
them
uncommon.
wearing hoods.
Yeah, I think maybe they had followed us for a while that day.
yeah,
Yeah,
it seemed
almost
like it.
all day, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pour myself another beer.
And again,
In
one
the
of them.
Is this yours?
I think that was the leader of them.
I guess the first thing to know here in this city is that what people call themselves ain't always what their
The
names
true names,
actually
true.
are.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this Mr. Tace, but
No.
I assume that he could just as well be part of whichever group you claim that they would be in. There was nothing else characteristic about...
They did tell us that if we were to meet them, then we could meet them in the alley behind Hilden's cheese store.
Yeah.
After midnight. right?
After midnight, I think.
And if you wanted someone to actually go in there that they have themselves have some kind of relations to, we could be that undercover personnel that you need to find out more about what's going on in the city.
I see.
For all they know, we're in here trying to ask about his brother. That we're not here to try to corroborate with you, so to speak.
I suppose there could be some sort of advantage to having people on the inside, so to speak. How can I trust that you don't manage to reveal your identities, though, considering that you have already worked for them?
For all they know, we're just here to find my brother.
Yes.
And I'm quite the actor.
We're out-of-towners. That's what we are. And we look like it and we can play it and they can use that to their advantage, but having the upper hand.
Make a persuasion check, everyone.
Yeah, that's not a good die.
And add your numbers. And I'm gonna roll for Dom as well.
Yeah, it's a 6 for me.
7.
That's
You're bad.
Dom rolls 8.
that's a 12.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
20.
Nat 20
Nat
or...
20.
Oh my god!
Well, that makes the math easier.
Yeah, you don't succeed.
You fail.
Since it's a green light.
You say you have a time and place where you meet these halflings. And where and when is that again?
After midnight, behind
in the alley behind Hilden's cheese
Helvin's
shop.
cheese store.
suppose it wouldn't hurt that you see what they're up to. And make sure to report back to me. If you can, try and find out who these halflings are and what their reasoning for doing what there is. Perhaps if you can find out how many they are. Too. I would like to know if this is a problem that is only just starting to brew now, if this has been going on for a while, and how many in numbers this group of people, as you say it, could potentially be. Whatever information you can come to me
was
with.
4 halflings.
That much I know, but I don't assume they're the only ones
No,
working within that
probably
group.
not.
Anything you can give to me on the halflings would be much appreciated. I do realize that for you, Mr. Dom, and for you, I didn't catch your name.
Gonk.
Gonk.
The Gonk.
It is of risk, I suppose, if the whole half-orc and halflings thing is indeed true. So keep that in mind whenever you, I suppose, converse with the halflings that they might not see too fond of you.
They didn't seem to mind the last time.
I suppose that's a good thing then.
Can I give you a word
But
of
maybe
advice?
you were the reason that
Just
they were following
please check in under the cellar in that store during the day.
Why?
I told you that they offered a job to us. One of the job that was offered was that just to gain their trust, that we had to go to that cellar and take care of some rats. And we did that.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were in there, we found the half-eaten body of Hale.
Or someone, we don't know if it was him.
He was sitting down there.
And when was this?
This was
Last night.
And you haven't reported it to anyone?
Well, we were actually, as we said, we are outsiders, and we were actually afraid of if it was going to be put back to us. And seeing you, that we actually come here, tell you this, we hope that we could put our trust in you.
And does anyone know of this?
No. Not at
Except
the
for
moment.
the halflings.
Halflings know this, yes.
They might even not know.
No,
You know,
That's true. They might not
You
know
have
about
not told about this
to anyone.
to anyone.
Just us.
oh wait, we actually did tell
We didn't tell anything.
when he gave us the gold, didn't we?
Say again.
I think we might actually have
Do you
asked.
think you might actually have done something, or have you done something?
No, we haven't done something, but we might have told one of the
Did you
halflings.
tell?
I can't remember. You know, it's all blurry, and we were fighting over whether or not to actually say it, and I'm not sure. Maybe we did tell the halfling that there was a body down there, and
So this is information that could change quite a bit of factors in this conversation.
I just remember him saying that from now on it was their problem, not ours. But I might be remembering wrong.
And can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that part of the conversation.
Well, I hope that you can in some way forgive us that we haven't brought you this information to start with. But we were met with
We
a lot
actually
of-
From
tried
now
to.
on,
We actually tried to get a hold of you yesterday, but
from now on, if you have anything to add to the report that is already being written, report to Malvin. He reports directly to me. That way you know that the information will have been given.
all right.
Great.
Of course.
Thank
Got
you for
it,
your
got
time.
it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Have you heard anything about a green light?
I've seen your reports. And as strange as that situation seems, I'm sorry to inform you that the situation you have experienced is not the top priority of the city right now. And therefore it has yet to be further investigated. I want to get to the bottom of what is actually happening inside city walls before I deal with what happens out in the stables.
We have 10 days.
Now
2
we
of them
have
have
7.
already gone. 3 of them have already gone.
And we might also have gangs rivaling the city and spreading chaos throughout the entirety of town. Again, I'm not undermining the situation and the issue that you guys find yourself in, but I do have to prioritize, and right now I prioritize the well-being of the entire city of which I'm responsible over the situation that the 5 of you find yourself in.
We can gladly, I'll gladly do some of that research for you. Give me a Grimorgard crest and I'll go out and actually ask people.
I'm trying to really think over how he reacts to what you just said. Make an intimidation check.
Yeah. That's a 5.
If you think that any given person just wear a Cremor guard talbot
Well,
and
then,
thus call himself a Cremor guard without the proper training, without having gone through years and years of service, you, young dwarf, are truly misguided.
Excuse
I'm not,
him,
it's just
Mr. Prowl.
my brother is missing.
I have no doubts about it. Children
And you-
go missing in these cities often, to which most often they're found. Children die of starvation here in the city.
All over this county, every
Mr.
small little village
Mr.
is
Kevitt,
missing children.
Mr. Kevitt, as I told you before, and before things get out of hand, I'm not trying to undermine the situation you find yourself in.
Well, you
All
are.
I'm saying is that my responsibilities lie with protecting this city. And so far, no children from Cremor has gone missing, and therefore this is not an issue of mine.
Do you have a superior?
I am very sorry on behalf of my party at the moment.
Yes, I think.
Please. If there is any
Do you have a
way that-
superior?
Is there any way that we can help you to help us? Do we have an agreement on going on this mission
Our
and
agreement
report
still
back to you?
stands. If you can get more information on what the halflings are up to, or even the half-orcs, by all means, bring it to Malvin or bring it to myself, and I'll see to it that things are done about it. And maybe, if we can get that done in time, we can start taking a look at the situation you are currently finding yourself in. But before I've dealt with crime on the uprise in the city, I simply do not have the time to deal with missing children from other
Hypothetically.
cities or green lights in the stables.
Hypothetically, what would be your first move? Just give us something to actually go for. We'll happily do it ourselves.
What I've told you to do, what you've suggested to do yourself, would be your first move.
Well, we are 5 in a party.
Sorry if I'm asking. Is there any form of documentation or anything that we should bring if people, that could let people that think that we might be, let people know that we are acting on behalf of the city guard in a way?
Young Tieflin, if you were to be given some sort of documentation, which you would be wearing while going on missions undercover, what do you think would happen to you if people who you are dealing with as an undercover agent were to find those documents?
Of course, see your logic there.
Now I will tell you again, if you can find me information on either the tieflings on either the halflings or the half-orcs, by all means come to me with it, and should we be able to deal with it in a fast manner, I will gladly help cater to your issue. Let's put it this way, if you can help me deal with this violence on the uprising in Cremor, I will personally see to it that mine and my garrison's resources are put towards helping you with the issue you have found yourself in. But until that day, I will hear no more of down talking the Cremor Guard. I will hear no more of second guessing my opinions.
That is
We
perfectly
understand.
understood. Thank you so much for your time.
I understand what you're saying, but
Gonk.
Mr. Brown, I just find it weird that children are missing from several small villages surrounding Cremor. It's like a big scheduled scheme of some sorts from some sort of bandits, and nobody seems to care. I find it very, very weird.
Have I ever told you that I do not care?
Well, it does seem like you have something else on your plate that is much more concerning. But what if this
Yes,
is just a part of a
because-
big scheme?
Because the issue that you have brought to me, Bart, is one that does not really seem to have a whole lot to do with Cremor, at least not yet. And should it prove to do have something to do with Cremor, of course things at that time would change. But what happens in cities with populations of, well, let me ask you this, how many people live in the town that you guys come from?
Probably around 50. Maybe even
Do you
less.
know how many people live in Cremor?
I would guess in
Over
the thousands.
40,000. Imagine the amount of damage a full-on gang rivaling battle or war could have within the city walls. I think that would be quite more costly than, excuse me, the villages outside of the city. So by all means, I do not try to undermine the situation or the problems that you and your friends are currently having. All I'm saying is that it's my job to defend and protect this city, and that is something I'm intent to do. And should you be able to help me with my doings, then in due time I would love to help you with your issues.
Thank you so much.
When we
I
found out about
truly
kidnappings in
suggest-
Middle Oak, we were told to wait for the Cremor Guard. How long would we have waited? Would that have been
I
postponed
think
as
Light
well?
and Prowl needs to make a persuasion check.
I truly suggest that if you have no other information to give me right now, that you go out and seek to do what we have agreed that you should.
Yes.
Yes, let's wait another day. That's fine.
Just find it so weird that nobody seems to care about this.
We are all caring at the moment.
Yes,
But
we
right-
care, but we have 5 kids.
Yeah, we have 5 kids and we're trying to do the best. It's a big world. But thank you once again. We understand. We will go do our task and try to do what we can, and hopefully we will be able to help each other. Thank you so much.
If this agreement is to stand, I suppose you best be on your way now.
Yes. I start leaving the room.
I will as well.
Yes, I.
This is
Go
where
out.
we need Dom to interfere.
Dom, say something.
Yeah. Tell them to shut up and leave.
Perfect. We go out into the city.
Mhm.
again.
Yes,
Mhm.
we do.
As you leave, you now find yourself in the courtyard of the Failed Home. And it's raining.
I think our best bet is just to go prepare for your concert and then go there afterwards.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay, so we shouldn't go to the shop. Is it?
Sure.
I mean, we've reported it, so something's going to be done.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't have to do that.
No. We just could
Should
go
we
right
use
there.
the time that we have before tonight to, I don't know, investigate some other leads? Maybe the stuck rams in the docks. Even though I know, Dom, you said that it might not have anything to do with.
We might be able just to get a bit of money to get our lodging bearings. I think that might be a good idea. And just to go there, check that out, and do some stuff just to keep ourselves entertained until there is something
You know,
else to do.
helping that part of the city might be able to get Dom or you, Gonk, some insight. I don't know, standing with
Yeah,
that crowd.
exactly. Thinking the same thing. What's the time at the moment?
It's still early on in the day.
Still early in the day. Yeah. Let's head just take a detour, go by, just check on the shops, and then go to the.
Okay.
And then see what we do from there. I think the best thing to do right now is just try to stay calm. I know it's hard.
I think, Kevin, if we use our energy for investigating something and not just sit around wait, I think maybe wouldn't that be preferable for you? I mean,
we just catching straws.
Yeah, but that's all.
But at least we got to speak to Mr. Prow, and I mean,
I just hope that he would have been more helpful.
Yeah, I get you, but
we're helping him now, but he'll help us in like what 3-4 days.
But we're strangers here.
Let's
we don't
just
have any.
end a gang war, and then he can maybe help us.
Well,
it's better than doing nothing.
Let's see. We also have Neil Rum. He hasn't returned yet.
Yes.
So we still have some things.
Let's go.
Don't give up hope yet. We might be getting something useful out of the day. Something more useful at least. Okay.
Let's head to the.
Wherever you want to go.
We head first to Helvin's. Helvin's tea shop. Just to check, just to walk by and walk in the back alley, just to see if everything is.
Maybe not walk into the back alley, just go past it.
Sure.
And
you make your way out of the Theodon down towards where the tea shop is. You now find yourself out in this big market again, where now that you're here during the day, you see, given the weather, it's not that many booths that are up with different things, but there's still some sort of activity in the marketplace, and you can see kind of across the market square that there's the entrance to the tea shop.
Is it open? Does it look open?
You cannot see that from where you are.
Let's just go by and just check the windows.
I would like some goat's cheese.
Yeah, maybe we can.
That?
Oh. I did not think that through. Nothing.
Let's not use those old nicknames that you used to tease him with back in the day, right? Let's cut that out.
Sorry,
that's the time that we call it
my head is my head is everywhere.
If it makes you happy, it's okay.
Seek, it doesn't make me happy.
As you make your way down towards Haleman's Cheeseworks, you notice that it is open, or at least people coming in and out of the shop.
One of us maybe go up and check who's running things.
Yeah, let's do
Sure.
that.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll wait downside.
Hello, Mr. Store. Are you home?
I won't be going in the store. I'll just wait outside.
Yeah.
Seek and I go in there.
Maybe just casually look around, see if anyone's
casually investigate.
Just not
make a perception check as the other guys are heading on in.
This is a
18.
coin. It's just flipping on the coin.
You don't really notice anyone in particular. The street is filled with people, and there's not really anyone that are
looks
sticking
suspicious.
out.
Good. I'll just stay there and wait for them to come out of the cheese shop.
You stay out front. The rest of you head on into this door, and as you enter, as the door kind of opens, as a person comes walking out, you're instantly met by this thick stench of cheese. There's a few people in the store already, and
20 years.
And as you make your way on in, it's a store with cheese.
Perfect.
And it's open. And what do we see behind the counter?
There's a person standing up, a human male standing up behind the counter, kind of helping people with different things. And
Excuse me, good sir. Yes.
One moment. Yes. What can I do for you?
I would like some cheese.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yes.
We've heard this is the greatest cheese place in the entire town, and we've heard about the swarming rats. All of them coming here just to eat the cheese. That's amazing. That must be a sign of good faith, isn't it?
We know about the body in your cellar.
What do you
I would
want?
like some goat's cheese.
I don't know.
No.
Just follow
his tone changes very quickly. I'm not sure. I mean, no, we don't have a rat a rat issue. I mean, there's rats in all of Cremor. I'm not sure.
The tails in the seats, Mr. Halewin, we would like some cheese.
Yes. Do you have some
By
cheddar?
all means.
And you are
Browse
Mr.
what you
Elwin.
want. That is my name.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Halevin. Nice to meet you. I don't know why I'm saying
Mr. Halevin is really confused right now.
And did he have a customer already? Or
There are 3 people looking very ridiculous.
Good people. I will sing the cheese song.
Cheese.
I pick up my drum.
We would very much like to acquire
Yeah.
some of your
They are
famous
more
cheeses.
confused now than they were before. Would you mind?
Have you ever heard
Would you
about
mind
the cheese?
taking your music out into the street?
Oh, sorry.
Perhaps, Mr. Bard.
Oh, I can play quiet. I put my drum.
Please
I pick
don't
out my
play
lute.
music in here at all.
oh, there are other
Well,
people.
Play very quietly on my lute.
Let's just go back in the queue.
Sure, we will wait until our turn.
Would you mind not playing your instrument in here, Mr. Bard?
I just play for the cheese.
Taze, please don't do that.
My name is not.
And I would like to see how he reacts on me saying that name.
Inside.
He has already reached a point of confusion at which it's very hard to tell anything that's going on.
What can go wrong? I don't know. Everything.
I'm
you
glad
don't
I'm not
see
in
him
there.
react to that name.
I don't.
No.
Okay.
We will wait our turn and then
No,
get some
my-
cheese and then we'll head out.
Taze.
I put down my lute. Put back my lute. And then I just hum.
The customers have started walking out of the store
Not buying anything.
without having purchased anything. And as they come walking out, you, Basoon, hear them going, "Who the hell are these people? No manners, no nothing." And they kind of walk past you and walk away, clearly very upset.
I need to go inside and figure out what's happening. So I go into the store.
Make your way inside, and you're met by this bunch of people
It's here.
who are your friends and
Strangers.
and a person behind the counter who is still incredibly confused about everything that has happened within the last 20 seconds. Because that's how long it took for you guys to fuck up the entire mood in the cheese shop.
Well, Mr. Halevin, I just wanted to let you know, I am the best musician for rat problems in the whole of Cremor.
We don't have rat problems.
Well, see, I just played my lute and your rat problem disappeared. Great.
I think we should get going, huh? Friends?
Yes, we just really wanted to buy some cheese.
For
Do
the
you have
third
some
time,
cheddar?
if you do wish to buy cheese,
Yes.
by all means tell me what you want and you can purchase it. But if that is all you want, I really would.
Appreciate us leaving. Yes, we get that. Sure, we get that a lot.
Do you hear that a lot?
Yes.
Wow.
Can
You might
I help you with anything, sir?
I just came to get these people out of your store.
I appreciate that.
How much for your cheese? Just, I don't know.
The cheddar.
This.
If you do wish to get some cheddar, it's going to cost you 5 silver.
We would like
5 silver.
5 silvers worth of cheddar cheese, please.
There you go. For both of you, so you pay 5 silver each.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take some as well.
You get some cheddar.
I will write cheddar in here.
I don't know if that's something that exists, but now it is. And he had it because yes.
Cheddar.
And one gold is 10 silver, right? Or
Yes.
yes.
So a half gold worth of cheese for each of you.
Okay.
Dom did not buy any cheese. Should be added.
He's not down the cheese. Down the cheese.
Is there anything else?
No, thank you. That's it.
Well then,
Well,
I
just wanted to let you know, in case you ever get a rat problem, call Gong.
Thank you so much.
Colin
Have a
Gong.
good day.
I leave the store.
You can just see kind of sweat rolling down his forehead as he's just incredibly confused with everything going on.
Well, that went horrible.
We stood in the shop. I go out.
I go out as well.
I figured I went down outside the shop.
Great
I have to
to
say it.
Day.
I went outside the shop.
So,
Helen's still alive.
Who was the body in the cellar then?
No, that's a mystery.
Should we check it out?
No.
I think.
I think we should leave.
I really
definitely
have
think we
to
should-
pee. And then I go to the back alley.
Me too.
Okay. You walk towards.
Go pee then! I
Um,
shout.
You walk towards the back alley.
Yeah.
Me too.
You
And
find
you're a lot of
yourself in
people.
the back alley.
And is the door open? Is there a lock on? What's going on with
You
that?
see the cellar door
What the fuck is that?
where you were not too long ago, and it is closed. But there's no lock on it.
I want to check if anyone's here.
Make a perception check.
Please be good. I'm gonna change the die now.
Yes. Nat 20.
Well, I'm there too. Can I also check?
I would really much enjoy if I could, throw something over 10 at some point.
With advantage.
So that's a 1.
You remember where you puked the other day? No, it's, you don't. There doesn't seem
I don't
to be
see
anyone
anything.
there.
So
I can. Oh no. You already said the outcome.
Yeah.
I just want. Yeah.
So I go over to the door, just past it, and I start peeing, I think.
Yeah, that beer.
You actually
that beer.
Right, well,
Okay.
I suppose you
And
start.
on the way back, I
My
just try
friends!
to, go past the door and see if it opens.
It does open.
And I just have a look down.
You see a cellar.
What do I see on the floor? What's the stench like?
Stones and cheese.
Kevin, you're quite small. Maybe you should try to sneak down.
Then we gotta do it fast. And I jump in.
As you make your way down inside the cellar, I'm not going to bring up the map now. You just see a cellar of cheese, and where you saw the corner of the room be kind of broken down, it has clearly been fixed, but very recently.
Okay. And where the body was, that's what's been fixed, or?
No, there were like where the rats had come in, the holes through the wall. Those have been, the walls have been kind of put back together, and where the shelves were, where they have been broken down, those shelves have been put up. And behind in the office itself, there's a chair there, and no sign of any wrongdoing.
I'm gonna turn on it. I'm gonna put out a torch. Well, pull out a torch and light it.
All the cheese
I
melts.
just want to check the drawers and everything if I can see anything.
You see over by the desk there's a drawer, and it's locked.
I look under the table.
There's
anything?
nothing under the table.
Okay. I'm just gonna go out, but there is no sign at all of a body.
None that you see. Want to spend time walking around and looking for a
Yes.
body? It's gonna take you a little while, but make an investigation.
That was better. Well, that's a -1 thing. So 15.
You don't see signs of any wrongdoing.
Okay.
I think
I'm gonna go up again then.
This is now taking you 5-6 minutes where you've
Yeah.
been standing up
It's really weird.
outside.
Getting gong into shops is not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go out.
as his manager, I think you should be doing.
I have been thinking
Maybe you
that I
should
was peeing.
not get your commissions
6 minutes.
before you kind of
You
get
have
better
come on and
come
join
on.
the group
Managing.
again.
Yeah, I think.
No, I'm waiting for
I
it.
think this is too
Can
much
I check
just
it
for
out?
one.
Okay.
Wouldn't just
one manager.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
I
Well,
think we should be two.
I can't think of who could help you there.
I think you
must-
should. You're one of the smartest persons.
I think maybe Dom should be his second manager.
I don't really think.
I don't even know what a manager is.
Hey, Dom. I think we're gonna send a
Kevin
message.
comes. Okay, no, yeah.
Just
Go.
in between those minutes, I'm
Mhm.
gonna send a message to the direction of the back of the house, and to you. Just is everything okay? What do you do?
Trying to pee here, waiting for Kevin.
And as you get the response, you see Kevin come walk back up the.
I've just abandoned
back up
you.
the staircase. Were you being inside the basement?
No, I was waiting out. I was waiting outside and then
Finding the
waiting for
biggest
Kevin to
cheese
get
thing
up.
in the
And
front.
then
Yeah, yeah. So you're in front of the. Sorry.
Gump's
You,
been peeing for 5 minutes.
you came up. You came up the staircase. I thought you were all in the alley. Sorry.
And I just want to check when I go up if anyone's looking at us or
Make a
surround us.
perception check.
I don't. So
No.
that's,
You and
that's a
perception
five.
checks
It's
are not
crazy.
friends at
You
all.
don't notice anyone.
No.
Did you see anything?
Well, the hole has been fixed recently. There was nobody, no signs of him. No signs of rats either. The cheese is back.
The cheese is back.
If there was a name for each episode,
The cheese is back.
Oh yeah, the cheese is back. It's happened like this.
Weird. What about the rats? Any signs of them?
Gone.
Gonk. That's my name.
Yeah. You weren't there. Yeah, but
Seeking-
nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Well, that's weird.
Some Gong?
Let's head back out on the street.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, as we do that, I want to check if there's any people eavesdropping on us.
I'm gonna put it this way: when one person rolls for something, then you have faith in what that one person does. If not, then everyone will be doing investigation checks every single time,
Don't you
and
have
everyone
faith in
will be
me?
doing perception checks, and then you would
We are
always.
quite small.
Do you trust me?
I'm taller than you. I
Considering
can
the
see
fact
more.
that Kevin made a perception check around 30
minutes.
seconds ago, I'm not gonna allow you to do that.
But you can still say, hey, I want to help with that. And then do it together with him, right?
I suppose we could have done that, yes.
Okay.
And now you know this is good.
Yes.
What
We're going
happened?
outside. Well,
Is everything okay?
the cellar is fixed. There is cheese again, and the body is gone. Let's go.
Yes.
Okay, we need to tell this to the Theodon people.
Oh, okay. To Malvin?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
All right.
of course. When
Sure.
there's new information, we have to give it to them.
Do you think Leiden already informed him of the new information you gave?
Well,
I
it's
don't
on.
know, but we have to hurry. Let's
Yeah.
hurry back there.
Sure.
It's on. It's on the way.
All right.
But guys, act natural.
And we go to
Gong
the
starts
cellar.
power walking in front of us.
You
Yeah, we go back to the Theodon, I guess.
start walking towards the Theodon, and
Christopher walking.
as you make your way in a hurry back to Theodon, you once again are met by this person at the reception. Oh! Oh, hello again.
Hello. We were here earlier, as you said, with your hello again.
35 minutes ago, yes.
Is
Malvin in?
Yeah,
He would look in his office, yes.
perfect. Can we go see him? We have some
I
information, some
suppose
information for him.
So,
Perfect. Thank you so much.
We go in.
you head on in and you meet Melvin, and he's sitting behind his desk.
Melvin, we sorry we didn't give you this information before. Have you spoken to
Leiden? Prowl?
Yes, I hope you had a good conversation with Mr. Prowl.
We did.
Did you talk to him afterwards?
Something.
Briefly, yes.
Briefly, yes.
Why?
Did he tell you anything about investigating the cellar underneath the Heldon's?
Heldens.
Heldon's
Cheese shop.
cheese shop.
He did mention something with cheese, but we never got to the bottom of it. He seemed like he was in a hurry to go elsewhere.
Okay.
Why?
Well, we were just there, and we gave him some information about a body being stored in the cellar and also a rat problem underwater.
You haven't told Melvin about this yet, right?
Nope.
No. Okay.
And we were told to give you the information so you could give it to him as soon as possible.
Okay. So have you found a corpse?
It's
yes,
gone again.
I guess we just tell him
Yeah.
Yeah, we informed him about the whole.
the whole
So you found a corpse, and
and
We went back now to actually investigate if it was still there, and well, we thought it was heroin. It isn't. He's still in his cheese shop, The hole where the rats came in has been sealed, and the body is nowhere to be found.
We just thought we wanted to give you the information to pass on to Lycan.
That was all.
And when was it that you were at this cheese shop to begin with?
Yes.
Yesternight.
No,
Which is
not
now
yesterday, the night before that.
The night before yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
2 nights ago.
Yesterday.
ago.
Yesterday we sat in the pub.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And the night before that was when
All
we
the
were-
bodies seem so far.
Smell of cheese. Well, this is most definitely something I will have to look into.
Just before you go in there and investigating, we did a bit of our own apparently. And there was no body that we found as we found it the other night. It was gone and everything has been repaired and no rats to be found at all. So,
So what you're reporting is that you have found a crime scene which is now no longer a crime
yes,
It's been covered up probably.
yeah, taken care of.
scene. And where was this, you say?
Halewind's
At
cheese shop.
Halewind's?
Yes.
In the cellar.
I must admit that you guys truly managed to get yourself into quite a lot of weird situations.
Yes.
It's a curse.
Well,
Yeah, well, somebody has to do something, right?
We are the protagonist apparently of this story.
Make an intimidation check.
What? 8.
You know that he heard what you said, but he doesn't react to it.
Thank you.
He will remember that.
Oh,
He will most definitely remember.
nobody liked that.
My dwarven friend
I
is
will-
joking. He has
No, it is.
had
Couple of
a
beers.
drink
I
this morning.
understand your frustration, Mr. Riddlewood. Believe me, I do. And I'm still keen on doing everything I can to help find out what is going on. But as Mr. Prowl, as far as I know, also told you, there seems to be an issue within the city walls that the higher-ups want us to cater to first. Now, I will gladly spend my time, or at least as much of it as I can, to help you with the situation you have brought to my attention. I will have you know, though, that I will also have to spend quite a lot of time on what is now apparently rivaling bandits in our city. This is not an issue we've had in a very long time. We have always been really good at handling crime. There hasn't really been much of it here.
How long has it been the crime, the rise of crime, since it started? In your mind,
I'm just deciphering the way you ask that question. And the crime that started in your mind. No, it's only been a few weeks since we started hearing about small things, the sorts of pickpocketing, small scams in the streets, and various pranks taken too far. And if what you're telling me is true, which I assume it is, with a person lying dead in the cellar of Mr. Halens, then clearly things are slowly but steadily getting out of proportion. So
Just out of curiosity, as a detective, what would be your first...
I am not a detective myself.
Oh. As a criminal guard, as a proud criminal guard, what would be the natural first move lead to actually...
With everything you have brought to my attention and the information that I have been able to put together off of what you have told me so far, I know that Mr. Prowl talked of having you function as unpaid,
gladly do
have
that.
to enlighten you.
of course.
aid in our situation. I will have you know, though, that this could be a dangerous endeavor, and that I trust that should things come to go badly, that you can defend yourself. Or if things get worse, call the guards and they will come to your aid.
Of course.
I'm afraid the situation with the green light and with what's gonna happen within a 10-day is not something I'm able to predict. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I'm not sure if anything is gonna happen, and the research that I've been able to do so far haven't amounted to much in the regard. I'm sorry about that. If this is some sort of wizardry, which it clearly seems to be, then you can see he's having a real hard time because he wants to help you, but he's trying to figure out what he can do.
Yeah. You know,
to help.
we'll do what Lythan has asked us, and hopefully it'll mount to something that we can use as well.
If there's anything I could have you do. Recently, I have had my suspicions about a couple of guards. He's kind of looking at all of you, as in, if you say anything to anyone about this, I'm literally going to slit your throats. And for the first time in, I would say, my entire career as a I was going in that direction, then I thought someone's going to sing that and then from it. But for the first time in my career as a helm at Primor, or in Primor, I'm starting to second guess people in my own ranks, and I suppose given that you are new here, no one really seems to know you, that it wouldn't be completely out of the way that you could help me maybe try and find out if these guards are indeed working with me or against me. I will have you know that this is not a task ordered to you by the Cremor Guard. This is a personal thing, so you will talk of this to no one.
Understood.
Of course. I'm just thinking, if you need an inside person, I mean, Dom has already, he knows the system.
Dom steps forward and goes, yes, I know how things work, and Melvin is well aware of that. I would actually, Dom, prefer it if you stayed out of this, because it has to do with one of your old friends. And Dom gets surprised by this.
Crying surprised?
Starts crying. No, but doesn't, in the situation, start asking questions. Dom, I would need you to do something else. And Dom listens, because he does his turn. You see, remember I told you that your friend Rispin has been sick for the last couple of days? For the first, for starters, people don't ever really call in sick at the Cremor Guard. If there's something really wrong with you. They're laying in bed, and someone else will report on their behalf. And I have sources telling me that Rispin has been seen in the streets seeming fairly alright on days when he was supposed to be working here at the office, and that strikes me as very odd. So I would like, and I know this is a lot to ask, that you, Don, perhaps strike up conversation with Mr. Rispin, and that the remaining 4 of you to stand guard should something odd occur. Now the issue is I haven't seen Mr. Rispin in the last couple of days, and I am currently unaware of where he is. Having said that, I do know that he comes here once every couple of days, so if you could catch him while he is here and just see what he's up to. Also, I will give you, and again, by all means, this information is not leaving this room. I will give you any hints you address, which is number, and I'm just gonna put it to you that it is between number on the map. Look at the map where it has it.
Where has it here?
Between number 14. Oh, number 14 and number 6, right beneath where it says the high right on the right side.
Yeah.
In between there, right by the T, on
Yeah.
the left side is his house.
Okay.
Rispin's house?
I think I have some markers somewhere, but now I forgot by the way. Yes, Rispin's house.
Perfect.
So if you can't catch him there, then by all means come and try and see if you can find me.
Of course. I will do that.
Also, you know what, see what you can find out in this regard, and if it turns out to be true, then I might have something else for you too, but this is not something I can talk to you about before I have things confirmed with my IRs. I will, though, I would like to talk to you first thing tomorrow.
We'll meet you here first thing tomorrow.
Great.
Of course. Thank you so much for your help.
Yes.
And in the meantime, whatever you can find out is truly appreciated, either in the regards of Mr. Rispin or regarding the agreement that you have with Mr. Crowell.
Of course.
We'll see what we can do.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's head out.
We leave.
And we go to the docks?
That's the thing.
Well,
so we go outside and
totally meta. Would it be nice to actually have Marcus here when we talk to Rispin?
Yes.
yeah.
Marcus is gonna be here when you talk to Rispin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Exactly.
But did he
I would
just,
never set up this session that way if it wasn't because
Exactly.
of that. Don't you worry
But did
about
he
that.
just ask us to investigate Rispin without talking to him now, or did he ask us to
He asked us to.
talk to him?
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
actually
yes.
see his motive.
I say very quietly.
Yes. So I think we're just gonna go head to the docks to do something for the
Okay,
day
good.
and then return to the
To the
concert,
alley.
and then to
Oh,
the alley
the
afterwards.
concert and the alley.
So let's
Okay.
go to the docks
Let's do that.
to do some things.
Alright.
You head on out, and as you make your way out to the street, you realize that the rain has stopped.
Do we see the sun? Emerging from the clouds.
You do not. It's still very cloudy.
It starts to snow.
It starts to hail.
Yeah.
Lightning.
1d8. 1d8. 1d8.
Okay. That's some
Very
Big hails.
Oh,
one that's 8 actually.
That's 4.
As we
You
get to
make
the
your way
dogs,
down
do
to-
we pass any shops like the Kilvert's Anvil or something?
Ooh.
Or the Newburghs and Trumpets, maybe?
Now that you have your map, you can tell me if you passed it.
I don't know.
See,
What do you see on the map?
So we go up to number 8.
Where are we going?
I think we lead the way because we've actually gone it the other
Yeah.
way, right?
Definitely.
I just need
So
to
we
find
go
it.
up past number 8 up to 44 and then to the docks from there.
What was it that you wanted to go to?
Like Kilvert's Anvil or Peritos, Newburghs and Trumpets?
So 75, 31, 29, 30, 26, 8, 44, 56. Go.
or
56.
Emmius Court.
If we can go to 56, yes, that's something. That's the Fellner's falafel. No,
Feller's
Fellner's
falafel.
Very nice food.
Peritos
25 gold.
hasps, hinges, houses, fittings, locks, and bolts.
What?
Nothing.
one?
Nothing. We go there. 56.
Great,
Now
I'm
that
so
it's
excited to
thanks.
see where we're going.
You
Going to that place that you wanted to go.
Which one of them?
We're gonna go towards
The falafel place.
To the.
As you make
The
your way up to
Peritos,
the harbor,
Newburghs.
as you make your way up to the harbor, you walk past what seems to be a kind of not an open roof, but the opposite. Roof with no walls. My brain doesn't function right now. Where there's a big anvil and a couple of people working by the anvil. Smiths of sorts.
Guys, I've heard about this place. Can you wait a second? I just have to go in here.
Yeah.
I go in there,
It's your concert.
look for Mr. Kilbart.
You see a person standing in Smith's apparel, working with his hammer, and looks up to you as you walk in. Hello, Half-Orc, how may I help you?
Good day, good sir. Are you Mr. Kilbart?
That would be me.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Kilbart. You see, I'm Gonk. You may know me as the Gonk. Don't be too flattered. It's just me. I was wondering, I've seen a lot of half-orcs around here having silver tusks.
Yeah, it has become I suppose, fashionable things for the young ones.
Yeah. I was wondering, how much would it be for... Would it be possible to make golden tusks?
Suppose technically, yes, it would be possible to do. It's going to cost you quite a bit, but yes, that would technically be possible.
Well, have you done it before?
Can't say that I have.
You're good at your job.
I like to think so, yes.
Well, how much would it be, you think?
Well, I mean, that depends on how much of your tusk you would want to have to be made gold.
Well, preferably all of it. But I don't know. Could also be cool with the one in gold.
Are you here to make an order, or are you just asking me for suggestions?
I'm just, brainstorming. I'm an artist,
You kind of stop him in the middle of his hammering, and he's still holding his hammer, just looking at you. Again, are you here to order anything?
I'm here. I'm here of interests because I think I would like some golden tusks.
Well, by all means. How much of your tusks would you want gold?
Well, how much would it be? If for both tusks, all of it, gold.
I suppose we could do that for fairly cheap. 100 gold?
100 gold, that's not so bad. Well, actually, I'm just gonna look in my purse.
1 2.5.
Oh no, that's a silver.
Oh, damn it.
You know what? Just so that I can try out this new look. How much would it be for just the one and just the tip?
I suppose you could do that for 10.
Great. How long would it take you to make?
Well, I mean, I will have you know that in order to get your tusks painted golden, or in this case, I don't know the word in English.
Plated?
Yeah, I suppose gold plated. It is going to be quite a painful procedure.
How painful?
Well, you are putting part of your body in contact with melted metal.
Is it less painful with silver?
That would be the same, but I suppose that's part of why the boys are so proud of their tusks. That they've been through the procedure. I think they see it as some kind of ritual to be part of their group of friends.
Well, the thing is, I do have a gig. I'm a hard-working artist. I have a gig this evening, so maybe.
Come first thing tomorrow.
I will see you another time.
But I will think about it when I have time in my calendar.
You're not the first one to back out.
We'll see about that. Well, thank you, Mr. Kilvard. I'll see you soon.
Just start slamming the anvil again. You dug out, come outside again, and your friends are there. It didn't take more than a minute or two, but you come out again.
Look at me, fluffy. I think I just used prestidigitation just to make my entire face look like a lamb.
Okay.
Just because I was bored during that minute.
What the fuck?
Let's go.
See, you look. Oh, you look fluffy.
Thanks. Let's go.
You
I reach out to try to touch it.
No.
You make your way further down the docks, and once again see a lot of people working. I mean, this is the busiest part of town, and no matter where you go, you kind of have to zigzag and weave in between people carrying crates and whatnot down towards the waterfront.
Dom, if we were to be able to help with those, with the prams and stuff, who would we go to? Do you remember who?
Well, I suppose the Bargemen, that was the people who talked about having an issue. Hugo mentioned to me as well that they seem to have some sort of trouble with it, so I suppose the Bargemen would be the place to start.
Let's go there then.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Can you take us there?
Well, by all means, you were here yesterday. I suppose we can go down and ask Hugo if maybe he knows where there is a Bargeman
Well,
to
he
talk
was
to.
really fond of you, it
He did not
seems.
seem to like you too much, no.
So maybe we can wait and you just go
Let's
up
just
there.
ask
How about if
for
we
him.
just, and he kind of looks off to the side.
Bargeman!
He looks off to the side, and I suppose there's a Bargeman over here. We can just ask him.
Okay,
Right.
let's do that. Sure.
Natural one.
You
fall in the water.
You head on down to the dock where these prams are all being loaded, and you see a Bargeman standing down by the docks. Kind of, he's got a big piece of paper, I suppose, and is currently, as things are being loaded onto the ship, kind of checking different things, writing things down, and talking to the dock hands as they come out with crates and barrels.
Hello there, sir. Hi.
It's a voice.
It's the fluffy one talking.
Hello there, how...
Oh, yeah.
Wait, do you still have your prestidigitation thing going?
No.
Okay,
Last 1 minute I just wanted to look fluffy.
fair enough. How may I help you?
We were told by this young man over here that you probably needed some help with some of your barges. We've had some issues and we're...
Help regarding...
Some of them were stuck in some way.
Yeah. We just...
And you've heard of this where?
Hugo Ref. sent us.
Oh, you told to Hugo?
Yeah.
Well, our friend Dom here has been working down here.
Yes.
He's a great
Yes, we have had some issues with barges getting stuck in the water. that something you would be willing to help with?
Yeah, sure.
No, we
Yes.
just want to poke and make fun of it.
Well-
Of course we will.
Well, the thing is that we're here new in town. We just need a bit of money. So if there's a bit of money involved, we would probably do anything just to get us started. Being able to give us food and lodging.
I mean, I can't pay you to do this, but I know that if you talk to our captain, he would probably be able to give more details in the regard. I usually just work around the dock myself, but it's a bit further down river. These issues have occurred. If you hop on down, it kind of points further down the road. If you hop on down to the Bargeman's Harbour office, you can talk to them down there.
Yeah, perfect. We do that. Thank you so much.
No worries.
We head on down
And he
there.
just goes back to, yep, you over there, kind of.
Can we have your name just to have some credentials? Just actually.
Bargeman 4.
Bargeman 4.
No, I have names now. I made this for you. His name is Balco.
Balco. Bargeman Balco. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Bargeman Vulture.
Balco.
Blue, 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 blue.
Perfect. Let's head down there.
You make haste and make your way down to this office where you see, again, the same symbol that you see in the dock hands, but up on the
On the building.
floaty
Sign.
piece outside. Sign, thank you. Again, my brain is malfunctioned, apparently. And you see people constantly walking in and out, primarily people with Bargeman tunics, which you'll recognize. It looks a lot like the duck hand tunics, except they're brown, where the duck hands are blue. So, and they have, instead of having the badge on the shoulder, they have them on the chest. But in terms of style and whatnot, it doesn't look a lot more fancy. But there's quite a few of them walking in and out.
Do you want me to do you want to talk to them or should
I don't need to talk to them.
Maybe you should change your shape into a half-orc.
Sure.
How
Might
long
give you
does
an
this
advantage.
guy's
An
stuff
hour?
work?
I think we should make. We have half-orcs with us. Maybe we should use
Oh
it.
yeah, of course.
What about you, Gong?
Yeah.
Lead the way.
Yeah, Gong, why don't you lead the word?
Sure, I can.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know that's.
Dom wouldn't say that.
I think it would. But to himself.
We can do it together. How about that? Is that
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah,
like that
sure.
idea.
You are my manager. So
okay? I will manage you. Hey, that's perfect.
Manage the
first
conversation, please.
Yes. Hi there, sir.
You head on in
Yes.
to the.
Who are you talking
Hi.
You head on in and you see a lot of people coming in and out. There's a big table in the room where people standing around discussing different things, and you see a person sitting in the back at a even bigger table with stacks and stacks of various papers.
hello there, good sir.
Hi there.
Everyone in the room turns to look at you.
Sirs.
You make your way, I suppose, over to the
Yeah.
big table and. Hello, I haven't seen you here before.
No, we're
No.
new in town.
Well,
you
I'm
might have
a-
heard of the Gonk. He's
Yes,
a
that's me.
musician. He played a great show yesterday. The drums in the tavern.
What was it called?
I'm afraid I wasn't there
Railways.
yesterday.
Oh, damn it.
Ah,
There was a good chance he would have been, but he wasn't.
and we were sent here by Hugo Reft, Dom over here.
And just so you know, my name's Gonk, and this is Seek. He's my manager. He
Yeah.
will be speaking on my behalf.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Gonk. We're here to. We were told that you needed a bit of help with your barges getting stuck, and we're in the line of work just to get stuff done here in the city while we are waiting for other things to happen. And we would like to help you. And we were told by one of your bargemen, Bolko, to go seek you out and maybe be able to earn a bit of money as a reward of helping you.
I suppose you guys are capable of removing seaweed and whatnot.
Sure.
If that's the issue, of course.
Yeah.
By all means, can you all swim?
Yes. Quite adept swimmers, actually.
Well, I'll hold the pram.
All I'm saying is this is taking place a little further out in the Allendale River, and should you fall overboard, I wouldn't want to have it on my hands to see to your safety. So I would like to know if you're capable of swimming.
Sure, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case,
Should we, before we go do this this job for you, should we have what is the exact task and what would you be able to pay us after?
and as I said, we have a couple of prams that get stuck in the same area. I think it's just overgrown seaweed, really. Get rid of the seaweed. It's really all. It's not the biggest task. We have had a couple of prams get stuck, and if you can get the prams lost there unstuck as well, I suppose we could pay you a pretty decent amount of money for your work.
And of course, it goes without saying that should the issue be something else than the seaweed, you would like us to report back to you right away if we find something.
By all means.
Good.
I would like to check if there are anyone in the room that might have been there at my gig last night.
You would like to see if you can recognize anyone, is what you're saying. Make a
Or
perception
see if
check.
someone that recognizes me.
Make a perception check.
Play your drum. Find out.
Oh, that would be perception. B. That is 15.
As you're standing by or up front by this guy's table, and you kind of look over your shoulder, looking around, you do notice two people kind of poking each other in the shoulder and kind of pointing in your direction, but you can't hear what they're saying.
It's because they've never seen a dwarf before.
You don't recognize them.
Is this
But
I stick out my
Annoying you?
chest and I turn to them. And be like, have I seen you before?
I don't think so, but we couldn't help but hear that you said you were the one playing yesterday.
I sure was. Was a great gig, wasn't it?
Well, we weren't there, but we heard from some of our colleagues that it was supposed to have been one of the better nights at the tavern in quite some time. So,
Did you hear that?
That's great, go on. Perfect.
You found your crowd.
Yeah.
Finally.
Well, we hope that we can maybe do something else for you another night then. At the same.
we would love to. I mean, if what the guys have told us is true, then we would love to, at some point, experience that too.
Maybe tomorrow he has another gig tonight at Aftels if you wanted to come and see that.
You should come. You should definitely come. It would be great. I'm gonna play my best tunes. Boy, you're in for a treat.
I suppose.
Yeah.
You don't.
Isn't?
What?
I should say as well. These are younger half-orcs that you're talking to, not full-grown ones. Isn't that where that explosion happened, though?
Yes.
It's rad.
I think it was
Yeah,
only
that was,
like it appeared to only be like a
People
sound.
said there was a big explosion and
It
the
wa-
people would died.
It was more like kind of a beating drop.
No one died. No.
We were there. We didn't die.
No.
So
You were there, yeah?
Mhm.
yeah. We don't know what happened though.
No.
It's a very mysterious
Yes.
event.
I
But it
suppose
was
we'll
rad.
see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe.
Maybe. You're very much welcome to come and see. But if not, he
The
will be
place
there on
is,
another night.
Nothing's broken or anything. The place is
Yes.
just fine.
Let's go get rid of some seaweed, eh?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's do it.
If
See you guys later. Not to the.
you didn't leave the place yet, did you?
Oh, I don't.
We
think
should
so.
go. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Before you leave, in order to get out to the seaweed, we do have a couple of rowboats that I assume a lot of you can fit in. You know what? Head on just out here around the corner. Take 2 rowboats and I assume you can't miss it. Just sail up River Alandor on the western direction, and you should see within an hour or so.
Perfect. We'll do that.
Yeah. What's your name again?
Flaming.
The name is Thuro.
Thorough.
Churro.
Thorough.
Thuru.
Call of
Perfect.
Thuru.
We'll do that. See you in a couple of hours then.
Yeah.
We head out,
Yes.
Let's do this.
take a couple of rowboats and go on the river.
You hop on out, and
I might be a little cautious about doing this.
within a very short amount of time, you find yourself on the pier. You see rowboats, like a lot of rowboats are lined up, and you see some rowboats are coming in kind of actively whenever you rent a boat for 10 minutes and whatnot. Rowboats are coming in with bargemen in them. You see further out on the river, rowboats sailing next to some of these prams that are being taken further towards the west. And as you come up and this person is about to go talk to you, you see a Thorough kind of peek out or hear him from behind you. It's all right, just give them 2 boats. They're looking to deal with the seaweed. And he kind of just steps back and says, by all means, if Thorough says so, feel free.
We'll do our best.
We get in and
Yeah.
head towards the.
You get 2 boats. They can fit 3 people per boat.
All right.
I'm gonna sit in the back of one of them and play my lute.
Sure, and we should each get a strong one.
Yeah.
I'll be with Dom, then you can take the other one.
Let's do that.
All right.
I'll sit in the middle.
So you're rowing?
I'm rowing, yeah.
Okay.
I think I might be in.
So tell me again,
Keep
how,
point.
like how
Keep
you
point.
what boats you are.
Keep breathing.
So me, Dom, and
So you have 1 boat and the other 3 have the
yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. You start making your way out into the water, slowly getting further and further away from the shoreline. And there isn't really much shore because we're like at the docks where you are. It goes. I guess you would technically know if it's deep because you can't see the bottom. It's very clumsy. You make your way out into the quote-unquote open water. It's not really open. You can see land on both sides, but there is still a solid kilometer across. It's not just a little river. It's a pretty wide river, this one. You make your way further downriver, and it doesn't take long before the city. It doesn't really disappear from you, but you can see, like, you're now on the western side of the city walls, and you make your way further out. You can see a couple of hills on the west side of the city, and as you make your way further down, kind of following not a caravan, but just a lot of prams going that direction, you see on your right side further up front a couple of prams that clearly have been there for a while, with kind of seaweed tangled on the bottom of them, just kind of stuck essentially.
Well, it does look like the seaweed's the problem, though.
Yeah.
I thought I guess I'd hoped maybe there was something more to this.
We're just doing a job.
Yeah.
Getting some
I guess
money.
we are. Let's just do that
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I'm gonna sail very
Let's
close
just-
to this pram
Let's
and
just
start.
keep an eye out before we get too close, just to make sure that everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've met weird stuff before, and we might do it again.
All right, so we should
Yeah.
investigate.
Yeah, just maybe just have a look out to see if something is odd about it, or is it actually just
All right.
the seaweed?
You make your way out into, or towards, I suppose, the prams, and kind of look around and make a investigation check.
Is it a group thing?
I mean, I suppose the people who are sailing would not be doing that.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's
checking
just
if I'm
the
still
service.
in rhythm.
As soon as we are about
I am.
5-10 feet from the boat, I would like
Yeah.
to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Feel free.
And
I've had. Oh,
I had a 14
Yeah.
investigation.
I had a 12.
You
Just a second, I also have
you
one.
make your way out, and as you come around these prams in the water, you see
Fine.
they have been here for a while. Whatever was here in terms of cargo has been removed. There are 3 of them, kind of tied together, and you just see some of the seaweed is just kind of underneath, and in some places it's kind of lying on top of the
It's a
the
crack.
prams.
Perfect.
But they're clearly stuck. in an area where you see a lot of seaweed.
Perfect. Well,
Do I detect anything with my detect
You
magic?
do not.
I don't detect anything magical about this.
All right, maybe it just is what it looks like then.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think we just should go in, just
Yeah.
to start cutting.
yes,
Then-
Let's do
I'll
that.
take my dagger out and
Yeah.
get into the
What do I
sea and
have?
hold on to like the side of the pram.
Is there like an,
Oh, I have a
anchor of some sorts in the boat to tie it, like to weigh
There
down?
would be rope that you
Yeah.
could tie, that you would have tied
Okay.
on the docks with, but you don't have an
Yeah.
anchor on them.
Okay.
There's just small rowboats.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, clunk.
I
The
think
boat
that-
sinks.
Yeah.
Feel the rope tight again. Everything just starts going.
Okay, I just shout out. We should maybe just tie the boats to the pram so they don't drift away.
Let's do that.
Mhm.
Hello! I yell up and to actually see if anyone's on the boat.
It is a pram,
It's basically
Yeah,
just
it's
a
like
Oh.
a tømmerflåde.
Okay, cool.
So you notice that there is indeed no one on said pram.
Nobody's on that pram.
Well, let's just try.
I'm already in the water
Yeah.
with my dagger, so I try to see if I can cut loose on one of the prams, cut some of the.
You take your dagger out and you see one of the kind of vines or seaweed that is formed. You just take your knife out and you cut it across, and as you try and kind of pull it off, it seems to stick. But as you move, you use more strength. You can kind of rip it off.
Can I use Mage Hand to try to tie it on,
Mm-hmm.
just on the pram?
Yeah.
Just before getting in, and then Dom
Yeah,
can
the rope.
jump in as well.
The rope or
The rope, yeah,
You tie the boat to the
pram,
pram. Yes.
I do the same with the other one.
Exactly.
and then just get in the water, and also just walking up.
Do you jump in the water or do you jump on the pram?
Jump on the pram.
Okay.
And then just start see if I can find places of cutting.
Yeah.
Of the seaweed.
You make your way around the edge of the pram, and I mean it doesn't take you long before you see that there's quite a lot of seaweed stuck on this boat, and around all the sides you see how it kind of has started like not bending over, but just this is clearly very stuck. And as you just start.
We just start chucking
Does
away.
Does any one of you have any spare knives? Because I don't.
Well, I have a dagger, Kevin. We might not want
You're still sitting
to.
in the boat.
I'm still playing my
Might not want to have what happened back a couple of years ago in the river to happen
It's
again.
just a
you know.
knife. You
I
know,
actually-
I've only drunk one.
I mean, if you fall into the water, just remember to hold your breath
Yeah.
so you like float
get your-
upwards. You know?
Hopefully, I'll just stay on the pram, right? We don't have to get in the water, right?
Not,
Well, I'm down here.
yeah.
You are already there.
Yeah,
Oh.
as you can see.
I have
Do you need a rope?
I have a spare small knife.
Not right now, I don't
have
think
to
so.
Just cut stuff.
Thank you.
It's really just a cook. Just a small. And I have my own dagger. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and use that.
Yeah, you get on your knees and start kind of trying to tear.
Kevin, I have a dagger. Do you want one?
Aren't you gonna help?
Let him
sick
rehearse
before
for
my
his
big gig tonight.
gig.
Let him be.
Maybe you can inspire us then to cut better.
Well, I would like to lend your dagger.
It's literally me trying to find chill music. Working music. One cut.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
borrow your dagger.
Yeah.
And Dom
My
is
dagger.
Dom helping as well. To
Dom would be on top of the pram,
Yeah.
helping out.
I think we're just trying to
as well.
chug away at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to try to. The water you said was very dirty, right? It was like.
Yes, and
Okay.
as a matter of thing, he wouldn't be so fast. Right as you jumped into
Yeah.
the water,
Yeah.
Dom will go, "Oh, you shouldn't do it." Okay, and now that you're in the water, he's like, just make sure not to swallow any.
Okay, thanks, Dom.
Why?
And well, I mean,
Is it cool
it's
water?
green for a reason.
Right, I try to hurry up with the cutting.
Yeah, you lie kind of in the water on the side. Trying to,
just like trying to go all around the sides and cut whatever I can free
These
from.
prams are, I would say, probably 5-6 meters long each, and then 3 or 4 meters tall. So they're in a rectangular shape, but pretty sizable. And as far as you can see, there's at least like an hour or two worth of seaweed removal ahead of you. You continue working, and
Are you guys done yet?
No.
Well, it would be much quicker if the 5 of us actually.
I cast Unseen Servant on the pram and make it go start.
does it have anything to chop stuff with?
No, but maybe you could try to lift some of the stuff up.
You just see your unseen servant go.
Well, I can't see it. He's weak.
Well, you
can see something.
You notice nothing happening.
Dom gets pushed in the water by the
Dom, make a
unseen
perception check. Oh, Gonk, sorry.
Make a
perception check.
I thought I was joking.
On behalf of your unseen servant doing something that doesn't work.
Well, 9.
You see nothing happening.
Well, we just keep on chugging away.
Well, I'm
Giving it
trying,
time.
guys.
You start removing all of this, and after half hour or so, you're all kind of you've gone into work mode. Just we gotta get rid of this. We gotta get it done with. Gonk, make a perception check.
You're the one not doing anything.
10.
You notice that on your side, where you put the boats, or where you tied the boats, you see some seaweed kind of very, very slowly, but coming up the side again. Kind of where I assume you started clearing up where you came on the pram. So where you came on the pram, you see very slowly seaweed. I mean, it's moving. I can't move my hand as slow as it's moving, but you can just see that it's slowly, like half snail speed, making its way up the side of the boat.
Guys, the seaweed is coming back.
Can you do something about it then?
Well, I tried.
Can I try to do firebolt?
Something else.
On the seaweed just to see if it recoils?
Is the pram wooden?
Well, Kevin has
It
my
is
dagger.
wooden, but it's in water.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, technically,
Sure.
yeah.
Try
you come
that.
over as you use your firebolt. You see this. I mean, it has barely even gotten over the water, but what little seaweed was there, it just kind of and is burned.
Perfect. I'm gonna try
That's
that.
I asked Dom, is this natural for seaweed to grow this fast?
I don't know anything about
In the city?
seaweed.
There's nothing about the city is natural.
As
Wouldn't
you
surprise
start
me.
walking around, fireballing the seaweed, firebolting the seaweed.
Kill wording.
Die, seaweed, die! Vicious mockery.
Soon make a perception check with disadvantage. Because you are in the water.
Yes. Oh, that's a 4.
You feel something around your left ankle. Well, not around, but something just coming up as if something is moving on your foot.
Okay. In reaction to that, I think I want to try to see if I can get up on the pram.
As you try and kind of get up on the pram itself, you see Dom almost right in front of you, starting to pull you up as well.
Yes.
And as you lift him up, you hear kind of a splash in the water behind you. As you see this vine come up, grabs Dom, and just pulls him in the water.
No!
And that is where we end today's session. And yeah, so Dom's gone.
Dom's gone. Dom's done. Dom's gone.
That's
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We will see you all next time.
I just continue cutting.
Scheiße.